let's read news in Spanish, because this is one of the best way to learn Spanish, because we can tackle on the verb conjugation and verbs. Identify the verbs, that's what we are going to do, and the subject, and therefore the rest will come together. Let's go. Vamos a aprender español con los artículos de noticias. First, we're going to identify what is the verb and work on the rest, and it will all come together. So let's take a look at it. Sin trabajo y además sin seguro médico, no desesperes, hay opciones para que tengas cobertura durante la pandemia. So where is the verb? This is the first thing that we need to really focus on, and this comes to natural eventually, and you don't even think about it. But first, in the beginning, it's really important to identify where the verb is, and as long as you understand the verb, you actually understand 50% of what this is talking about. First, in Spanish, as you can see, there's a question mark, but they flip it, and then put it in the beginning. So this is a whole sentence sandwiched by two question mark. And because sin trabajo y además sin seguro médico, behind sin usually comes nouns, so they are not verbs. That's how you can know. Sin is simple preposition equal to without. So basically, without, trabajo is the masculine noun meaning job. So without job, and además, moreover, sin seguro médico. So medical insurance, medical coverage. So basically, there is no verb here. And the second sentence, no desesperes. And this is interesting. In Spanish, the verb conjugate in the way that the subject is obvious. So desesperes is a conjugated form for subjunctive form of the present tense, and it is for second person singular, meaning you. So if this article says desesperes, this verb cannot take I or he or she or they. This verb conjugation can only take you. That's why it doesn't even mention. So basically, tu no desesperes will be completed form, but you don't have to say tu, because it is obvious from the conjugation form. So desesperes is only the form for the second person singular. That's why we know this is talking about you. So no desesperes. Desesperar is like to exasperate. Basically, don't worry. No desesperes means don't worry. Very worry about, go crazy, to be exasperate or to despair. So that's what it means. No is a negation, not. And desesperes is the subjunctive form of second person singular present. So, which means you don't have to worry about it. And that is the hope that this writer is talking to the reader, and also kind of ordering, requesting not to worry. So that's why this is something that is going to happen from now on. So that's why it's in the subjunctive form, because it's not the fact, it's the hope, it's the desire of this writer to the audience, right? So that's why it's in the subjunctive form, not indicative form. Indicative form is used for the factual thing, something that it happened, that everybody knows that it happened as a fact. But something that, we are talking about future or desire or, something like that will be used for subjunctive. And this is kind of beauty of this language, this is something that English doesn't have, nor Japanese have. And this is actually, when you start realizing, this is a very beautiful thing. And if you like this, please hit the like button, so that would support this video, and subscribe the channel, because that would definitely support this channel. And then following that, hay opciones. This is a simple main part of the following sentence. Hay is a form of haber, meaning there is. Basically, there is no differentiation between there is and there are. So hay is always there is or there are, whether it's a singular form or multiple form. Opciones is a plural form of feminine noun, opción, meaning options. So basically, there are options. So don't worry about it. There is options. ¿Para qué? ¿Para qué means, explaining the reason. Para is, preposition for, but ¿para qué is kind of a phrase, two words together. For the reason is some direct translation. But the following, tengas, again, this is the subjunctive form of verb tener, but they don't have the subject, because the verb conjugation tells you the subject is, again, you. Tengas can only take you as a subject. And tengas means basically to have, verb tener. But this is a subjunctive form. Subjunctive form meaning it's not factual. It's whether assumption or desire or order or some kind of action that hasn't taken yet. So basically, the indicative form is what happened already. So it's the fact that we know that fact. And subjunctive is our assumption or desire or request, which is not happened yet, which is going to be probably happen in the future. For that, they use a subjunctive form. And tenga, tengas are subjunctive form of tener. The type of this is irregular conjugating verb tener, so you have to memorize, but it's not difficult. There's a way that you can easily remember, and we're gonna cover that in another video. But today, tengas coberturas. Basically, you have coverage. Cobertura is a feminine noun meaning coverage. Durante is a preposition meaning during. La pandemia, obviously, pandemic. So the pandemic, la pandemia. So hay opciones para que tengas cobertura durante la pandemia. It's just the same form, same structure as in English. The difference is verb conjugates so specific that they don't even need to mention the subject. So if you want to try to find the subjects, oftentimes they don't have it, but you have to find in the conjugated form of the verb. So basically, there are options so that you can have or you have coverage during the pandemia. La pandemia is a pandemic. So you see, I need my haircut, but the coronavirus, because of the coronavirus, nobody is open to have my haircut. What can I do? So let's continue. En estos momentos es crucial contar con una póliza, ya que aunque el test del COVID-19 sea gratuito, el tratamiento puede ser muy costoso. Si formas parte de los millones de personas que están desempleadas, revisa estas alternativas. So, en estos momentos is kind of a phrase that we want to kind of memorize. En estos momentos, at this moment, basically, right now, es crucial. So, the first thing first, the verb of this sentence, the core verb of this sentence is es. Es is the form of the ser. Now this is an indicative mood. It's third person, singular, present, es. And it doesn't tell subject because es can only take one subject, which is it, third person. Well, it could be he or she, but in this case, it's obvious that it. So basically, es is it is. although it's the verb is, but it also include it. So S is it is. Crucial is a crucial. Contar con is a phrase. Contar is the verb to tell or to count. But basically, contar con means rely on, count on. Una póliza, póliza is a feminine noun meaning policy. Ya que is like since or as. So basically, what here is saying, what it's saying is like at this moment, it's very crucial to rely on a policy. And aunque el test del COVID-19, basically, then comes sea. Sea is the subjunctive of the verb ser. So es is the indicative of third person singular present, but the sea is a subjunctive form of third person singular present. So this is another comparison. One part of the sentence use the indicative form, and another part of the sentence use the subjunctive. What does it mean? The first part of the sentence was the a fact that happened. Everybody agreed that that happened. Now, second part of the sentence is something that is assumption, or something that happened that hasn't happened, but that's something that it would be. So the closest form of the verb in English for subjunctive of Spanish would be either would be or could be, but it's not subjunctive. And they actually in Spanish have the direct translation version of would be and could be as well, but they also have sets of subjunctive. So that's the very interesting part. Let's continue. So as you could see the identifying verb and its conjugation is crucial to get the foundation of Spanish language. Therefore, you can actually really exponentially accelerate the process of learning process afterward. So the day one, you should start this. Your teacher should have told you from the day one you should start this. But this is the key to the success. And once you start understanding, become your nature, the rest are so easy, become so easy. So even though you couldn't match follow this time, don't worry, because you're gonna be fine. Just keep following, and it's going to come to natural. You're gonna understand. But the key is every day, even a little bit, 1 minute every day would do make such a difference. But you don't want to have a day break. Rather than you do 1 hour once a week, you want to do 10 minutes every day. So that's it. And if you like this, please hit the like button, so that would support this video, and subscribe the channel, because that would definitely support this channel, because I really wants to spread this word that this wisdom, that trick or the secret of learning Spanish fast to millions of people. So let's review it. En estos momentos, right now, es crucial contar con una póliza. It's very crucial to rely on a policy, ya que, given that, aunque el test del COVID-19 sea gratuito, although the test for COVID-19 is free, el tratamiento puede ser muy costoso. So the treatment could be very expensive. El tratamiento is a masculine noun meaning treatment. Basically, treatment for COVID-19 puede ser. So this is another verb. Puede ser basically means can be. Poder ser. And let's continue. Si formas parte de los millones de personas que están desempleadas. So basically, si is if, right? This something we want to really memorize. If Formas. Formas is already second person singular, so we know that subject, even though this sentence doesn't say, we know that it's to the second person, and formas is an indicative form. So formare is actually in this case meaning to get into, fall into. So if you are fall into the part of the millions of people que están desempleadas. Desemplear means unemployed. So basically, están desempleadas is who are unemployed. So if you are one of the millions of people who are becoming unemployed, revisa estas alternativas. Revisar is to review, to check it out, right? Revisar. So revisa is a form of the meaning order, imperative. Estas alternativas is it means these are alternatives. These alternatives. Estas alternativas. Estas is an adjective meaning these. Alternativas is a feminine form, also plural form of alternative. So meaning alternatives.